So we want to graph this system of inequalities using the tools that we have here in WAMAP. So let's do one at a time. Let's first notice that the first equation is a strict inequality. So when we have two choices down here between drawing a line that is solid or a line that is dotted, because this is a strict inequality, it doesn't have an equal sign underneath it, it cannot be the solid line, so it has to be this one here. So the first thing we need to make sure of is that we would click on this option here. Then we can draw the actual line. So we notice here that the y-intercept is -2, so I'm going to plot one point by clicking at -2. And then notice the slope is 1/2. So up here the slope is 1/2, which basically says that if I go 2 in the x direction, I'm not clicking yet, I'm just moving my mouse, then I will go up 1 in the y direction. So that's this line here. And now I have to determine if I want to shade above the dotted line or below. And remember, you have to choose a point in the coordinate system and test it. The easiest one to test in most cases is the origin 0, 0. So we plug x equals 0 and y equals 0 into this equation up here. So if x is 0, we get 1/2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 2 is -2. So the right side is -2, and the left side is y, but we're testing the origin, so y is 0 there. So is 0 less than -2? That is false. 0 is greater than -2. So the origin is not in the solution set for this inequality, and so it has to be this side of the line that we're going to shade. So we'll click the mouse to shade. Okay, now we'll move to the second one. Another strict inequality means I have to choose the dotted line again, and I'll do the same thing. I'm going to grab the y-intercept and use the slope of -1/4. So I'll start with the y-intercept of 2, which is this point, and the slope is -1/4. The denominator is a 4, so if I go over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I will go down 1 because the slope is negative. So I'll go down 1. Click there, right? And then we'll go ahead and test our points. Now again, we can shade up here or we can shade down here. So again, let's test the origin since it's not sitting on the dotted line, and let's put 0, 0 into the second equation. So if x is 0, we get -1/4 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. So the right side is +2. The left side is y, which is 0. Is 0 greater than +2? And it is not, so we would shade here because the origin is not in the solution set. That gave us a false statement, so we would shade there. And then when we click submit, that tells us that we're correct and that our graphical representation of the solution set for this system of inequalities is accurately drawn.